Hello guys and welcome to my channel. This is SegaShotIt. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe and share to your friends. So today we are going to look at how to color grade a Blackmagic RAW. That's a B-RAW. So first of all, let's switch. This is our clip. I will share a link to download the clip in the video description. So let's switch to the color panel. This is DaVinci Resolve Studio 19. First of all, let's do the camera raw settings. At this side, you see that they've written decode quality. That one, let's use the project settings. And then the decode using, let's switch to clip. So we can change the ISO to 200. And then the color space, it is a Blackmagic design. And then the gamma, it is a Blackmagic design film. Let's maintain the gamut compression and then the highlight recovery. So we first do these basic settings on the raw before we do our color space transform. So now let's transform our clip from a Blackmagic RAW to a Rec 709. So let's rename this node CST. Then let's add a CST color space transform to it. So let's change the input space. But before that, let's check our timeline settings. You see the color management. Change the timeline color space to DaVinci wide intermediate, and then the output color space from change it to Rec 709 gamma 2.4. Yes, and you save. Then you save. So here you will change the input color space to Blackmagic wide gamut gen 4/5, and then the input gamma to Blackmagic film gen 5, and then the output color space, let's choose DaVinci wide gamut, and then the output gamma, let's choose DaVinci intermediate. Let's add another node by hitting Alt S on Windows, Option S on Mac, or right clicking on the node and then adding a serial. Yes. So let's rename this to Rec 709, and then let's add a CST, a color space transform to it. The input color space, let's choose DaVinci wide gamut. The input gamma, let's choose DaVinci intermediate. The output color space, let's choose Rec 709, and then the output gamma, let's choose gamma 2.4. So basically, this is how we transform our clip from B-RAW to Rec 709. Yes. So here I can choose to reduce the ISO to 160 or preferably 120. Yes. So looking at this, the raw and then the transformed. So let's add a node. Let's name this basic correction, that's BC. And then let's switch to the primary color wheel. So here, let's reduce the gamma to -3, and then let's reduce the gain to 95, and then let's increase the offset to 26.30, or let's say 26.50. all right. So then the mid details, let's reduce it to -3.5, and then yes, I think this is okay. Let's switch to the log hills, and then let's reduce the shadow by let's say 8, and then the highlights, let's reduce it by 10. Let's reduce the midpoint by 5, and then offset let's say this is okay. 26.70 is okay. So now let's go back to the color wheels and then reduce the highlights by -11. All right, so I think I'm okay with my basic correction. You can also, switch it to what you want. Now let's create another node and let's name this white balance. White balance. So here is where we balance the whites in the clip. You can use the eyedropper to select where you think should be white, and then you get this balancing. You can leave it like this, but mostly I will put it. I'll give it 150 and I'll give this 4. Yes, so when I turn this off, you see the difference. I've added more warmness to the image. Let me reduce this to 130 and this to 3.5, and let me see. Okay, I think I'm pretty cool with this. So from here we go to our S curve. Let's create a curve. So another node and let's name it S curve. So now let's switch to our curve and then let's make sure everything is all right here. Let's push this up a little bit and then let's bring this down to this point. Most of you will say that the clip is dark. Yes, we will do something about it, but this is how most of the time I create my S curve. You see, it looks like an S. Yes, so let's come to our CST node. Let's create a node after and then name it exposure. You will touch it later. Let's leave it here. You will touch it later. Now let's create another node, bring it down here and name it contrast. Normally when I'm working on a B-raw footage, I give it more contrast. So 1.150, it's my to-go contrast, and then I save. So if we look at before and where we've gotten to, you can see there have been some great changes in the clip. Yes. So now let's create a node, a parallel node, and then let's name this a film look. And let's give this an HDR look. Yes, I think I'm okay with this. This is how you create a parallel node. First, you create a node, you add a serial, and then you come to the serial, and then you add a parallel. That's node. A parallel. So me, this is what I do. Alt S, Alt P, then I'm done. So the film look. Okay, so let's add our LUTs. Let's choose this Fujifilm 351 3D at film looks. Yes. So here you can see that our clip is messed up. Don't worry, we'll fix that. Let's switch to our key. Let's turn the gain to 0. Then let's give it 0.2. I think I'm okay with this. Now we can see our clip is very warm. So now we want to add some blueness to the clip. So you switch to your high dynamic range. I think you will find this in Resolve 17 upwards. Yes. So let's switch to the last one. Let's add some blue to our global blue one, and then let's bring it down by 1. Let's come to our highlights. Let's go forward by 1 and upwards by 1. I think I'm okay with this look. The warmness is a little bit off. Yes. Off. Yes. So yes, the warmness is a little bit off. So I'm okay. Now, what are we going to do again? Let's create another node, and then let's add some sharpness. So sharpen. Let's switch to our sharpen tab and then 0.48. Sorry, 0.48. And then the level, let's give it 11. And then the softness, let's give it 4.5. So this is how I add some sharpen to the clip. And then let's create our power window and let's turn it off. We are not going to touch it now. Let's create another node, and this time around, what are we going to do in this node? Let's rename it an S-curve 2. So this is what we'll do in this node. You come to your curves, you change it to editable splines, click on this, raise it up a little, click on this, bring it down a little, hold this, drag it forward, and hold this, drag it up. Yes, so this is what we do in our S-curve. Let me bring this back a little bit. Yes, so now with this we add our final lookup table to the clip. That's our LUT. So let's go to our LUTs, of which I will share with you in the video description. Now let's look for our SegaGoat LUTs, and let's add it. So now you can see it has really changed how the video looks. Let's go to its key and let's do 0.3. Let's see how the magic this has done to our clip. Yes, so now let's add a little bit of saturation to our video. Let's name this HVS. Let's name it HVS, and then let's turn off our channel 1, channel 3. Let's turn off channel 1 again, and then let's give the color space an HSV, meaning you rename this HSV. And then let's come to this side. Let's push again to I think 0.8 is okay. Let me see. It's not that much. Let's give it 0.10. Yes, I think 0.10 is cool. Yes. Skin. Let me bring it here so you can see it clearly. Skin. In this case, we will use this color slicer, and then let's give it a -15 here. Yes, I think I'm okay. Window, and then let's create a circle around hair to throw more light on hair. So let's raise this up, and then let's open this to cover hair. I think this is okay for me. Then let's give it a softness of 12. Yes, and then let's track that motion so that this will fall only on hair. Let's track the motion. Let's go to our tracker, and then let's turn off the 3D and then the rotate, and let's forward track hair. I will fast forward this process to save time. Okay, so now that it's done, let's switch to our curve, and then let's give her some brightness. Don't do it too much, else it will destroy your footage. So I think this is okay. I think this brightness is okay. So with this, let's go to our PW that we turned off. I think this is okay. So with this, let's go to our PW that we turned off, our power window that we turned off. Let's create another circle. Let's open up to fill the clip, and then let's change our softness to 12. Invert it, go to our curves, and bring it down. It will create some vignette effect around our footage. Yes, this is okay for me. Let's raise the P W2 a little. That's fine. So now let's go and then increase our brightness. You can see the clip is dark, so whatever you do here will affect every single note. So I'll give it 1.3. Yes, this is okay for me. Then let's go to our film look. Let's give it some bright our film look. Let's give it some gain. Let's say 0.3. 0.3 is too much. 0.2. This, let's give it 0.2. And now let's raise our HSV a little. Let's give it, let's say 11. Let's come to a basic correction, and then let's give the highlights minus 25. You can see there was there was too much whiteness on the cloth, but we've reduced that. And then let's reduce the contrast by 1.1 instead of 115. Yes. And then the first curve, let's push this up a little to pop. Yes. And then let's bring this up a little. No, let's maintain it. Okay, so I think this is okay. The raw, and then the color graded, the raw, the graded. Yes. So basically, this a way you can color grade your B-raw footage. Yes. So I'll provide link to the LUT and then the footage I used in the description. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and comment. If you have any question, to put it in the comment section. I'll get back to you. Thank you for watching my videos. This is SegaShotIt. See you again in the next video.